Hello everyone, hope you're doing fine today. I'm just coming to answer a question many have been asking me. Is the COVID vaccine the mark of the beast? The answer is no. The COVID vaccine isn't the mark of the beast. Many felt condemned and destined for hell because they took the vaccine of COVID, thinking that was the mark of the beast. But I want to tell you it's not the mark of the beast, even though that's a scheme leading to that, but it is not the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast shall only come when the beast shall be manifest, not before. It's only when the beast shall manifest himself that he shall give the mark. That's why they call it the mark of the beast. The mark cannot be there without the beast. But all these things happening are in preparation for that. Because it's the systems of this world that will enthrone the beast. And all what they are doing now is in preparation for that. That's why as children of God, we have to be very wise and careful in times like this. Because the systems of this world are doing everything possible to come in place with a one-world order, which is destined at enthroning the Antichrist and in preparation for the manifestation of the beast. We should know we are in the end time and Christ is coming soon. And in the same way we are preparing to receive Christ, the men of the underworld are preparing to enthrone the beast, as the Bible says in the book of Revelation. The Bible already prophesied these things, so they are not things that are new to us. They have to happen. That's why our Bible tells us to be wise like serpents, because in times like this, they shall use subtle ways to put in their schemes and plans and make them work. And if you're carried away by what you see and do not discern their plans, you may find yourself in a tough spot just because you could not discern what was happening. Now, one of the reasons why people say the COVID vaccine is the mark of the beast is due to the fact the circumstances that were around the vaccine of COVID are very similar to those of the mark of the beast. You can't be treated without the mark of the beast. In some nations, you cannot go to the hospital if you're not vaccinated. You cannot go to school if you're not vaccinated. You cannot go even to banks if you're not vaccinated. All those things are so close to the description of the conditions or circumstances around the mark of the beast. But I still tell you, the COVID vaccine wasn't the mark of the beast. But all these things are in preparation for such things to come. I want you to know the COVID vaccine isn't the mark of the beast. So if you took it, you are not condemned forever. So go ahead and serve God, rejoicing in Him always. But at the same time, the COVID vaccine isn't one like others. It's a scheme put in place to elaborate and test the probability of them implementing their actual plan, which is coming up with a one-world order, enthroning the Antichrist and compelling men using several means to get the mark. This mark which shall make them alienated from heaven forever. So in my opinion, I would tell you not to take the vaccine, but for him who has received the shots already, no, you are not condemned. So for all those who feel condemned and alienated from heaven because they took the vaccine, I want to tell you, you are not condemned and you are still a child of God if you gave your life to Christ. And if you are not giving your life to Christ, you can do that and be saved, and you will still make it to heaven. The COVID vaccine wasn't and isn't the mark of the beast. But as I tell you, these are things in preparation for the actual plan, which is enthroning the beast, and then only shall they impose the mark of the beast. They do these things to test how the population shall react to it. Because even though they are spiritual men with schemes and mandates from hell, they don't know how men can react because they are not God. God is the only one who knows everything. That's why the Bible calls him omniscient. But the others don't know. Even the devil does not know everything. So how does he do to put in place his plans? He tests the people through subtle means. He may come with something and test to see how they react to it. And in function of how they react to that, he cannot establish his main plan. Because he's not God to know everything. But he knows by information. So he comes and tests with something to see how the population will react. And when he sees that, he can go now and establish the main plan to be carried out. So my advice to you is to be wise in times like this. To discern by the Spirit what to do and what not to do. Don't do things because the government tells you to do them. Don't do things because others are doing it. Do things because you are sure by the Spirit it's the right thing to do. Because in the last days, the devil shall pass through many things to separate men from God. And if you're not wise, you may fall into his trap. So gain wisdom by the Spirit to be able to discern what is God's will and what isn't. And to be able to discern also what is the devil's scheme, and ask the Lord for knowledge and wisdom to help you not to fall into the trap of the enemy. So that on that glorious day, when Christ shall return, you shall be worthy to make it into heaven. God bless you. That was Prophet Samuel Fombang. Shalom.
you.